your feet.
The city busway, a main transportation for some, from work, home, and the grocery store. Many people don't only choose to ride the public transportation as a choice, but out of a lack of a better option. Although most of Americans today have cars or their own means of transportation, there are still more than 104 million annual boardings on just the RTD here in Colorado alone. In 1955, African Americans were still required by a Montgomery, Alabama city ordinance to sit in the back half of the city buses and to yield their seats to white riders if the front half of the bus was full. Today, of course, that is no longer necessary.
A woman named Rosa Parks, who was a seamstress at a local department store, on December 1st, 1955, decided to ride the bus that morning. She refused to give her seat up to a white man, and bus driver James F. Blake was not having it, so he had her arrested. She didn't stay there for the night because her husband bailed her out. She was fined $14, but she didn't pay the money because she didn't feel she had broken the law. Little did she know that she would be another tack in reducing segregation.
That was the day that we started a bus protest which literally electrified the nation. And that was the day when we decided that we were not going to take segregated buses any longer.
60 years ago, on December 5th, 1955, the Montgomery bus boycott came into action. It called for all African American men and women to find other ways of transportation to get around as a protest against the segregation of it. For 382 days, almost the entire African American population of Montgomery, Alabama, including leaders Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks, refused to ride on segregated buses. It's regarded as the first large-scale demonstration against segregation in the U.S. This led to the rise of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was all for the peaceful protests, so of course he jumped right on this as the lead speaker. The boycott seemed to not have many major flare-ups of anger, but black leaders organized regular mass meetings to keep African American residents mobilized around the boycott and to keep their spirits up for what must have seemed like an eternity to get such a basic human right. It wasn't until June 5, 1956, a Montgomery federal court ruled that any law requiring racially segregated seatings on buses violated the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. After the ruling of the Browder case, black citizens desegregated Montgomery buses after the 13th month boycott. The bus company resumes full service, and the path to desegregation had a victory under its belt.